Hey there. All right, I think we're good. Up, up. And here, I'm still getting to there. We go. There we go. Oh, neat. And that's all there. Okay, cool, cool. I like it. I like it. Labrada, Jaeger, SM. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, so let me go to this. I will. I mean, I guess that worked. I've got the at here tag. Where's my founder's badge? Boy, I don't know. What's up, Arctic? There we go. Hi. So, let's see. Hello, Mandy. You know this. This took me back right here. Some of you, I've mentioned it before. This is from a very shitty mobile game I made a million years ago. Back in like 2000, like 10 maybe. Morning. Called Marty Mongoose, and it was a blind mongoose where you were trying to get to eggs to eat them because that's what mongoose eat. It was very bad, but it was my first jump into working in Unity. It was back when they still supported Java, and that's what I was coding in. Not well, but is it free? It's not anywhere anymore. It's very, very non-existent now. But like, hold on, let's see. There's another thing called Marty Mongoose. When was this made? Hold on. All right, hold on. I just started the stream. We're already derailing, but hold on. It was just something that I was like, okay, look at how far things have come just because initially a million years ago I tried out Unity, you know? I know you haven't changed the picture of Jesus in the lobby to Muppet Jesus. It's planned update, yeah. Hope you're feeling better. Saw on Twitter you were yeah, it wasn't great, but I mean it wasn't too bad considering what COVID can do to people. I just had an annoying 5 days and then I was good for a little while, like a few days, and then I got bad again for like 2 days, and then I started getting better, and now I'm good. Might have crossed paths with it. It's 2010, maybe, I don't know. It's like I heard you were down bad. So this is not Marty Mongoose. I don't know what this is. I mean, clearly it's also Marty Mongoose. Is this like a... Maybe, hold up. Nothing anywhere, nothing. Okay. Nope, it looks like it's nowhere to be found anymore. I don't think we're gonna find it. Free, so it's a children's book now. Maybe someone was inspired by the mobile game. Nope. Yep, alright, I'm not finding that. Alright, well, whatever. Not a problem. Pardon. Okay, so a few things I wanted to try. I wanted to see if the thing works in here. Nope. All right, great. I had made a bot using Stream Elements, but it seems to not want to work at all. Chatbot. Chat commands. Let's see. Twitter one. Why is it not in? Let me see. I did the chat bot. I activated the chat bot. It's all like, nah, dog. Hey, Cody, what's up, dude? Do you like my new home? I decided since I hadn't been streaming in so long, I'd give this a shot, and I rather like it. And I went through and did all the things to, like, I mean, you should be able to, yeah, if you've got the subby join thing, there's that stuff now. Oh, how do I hide that? How do I hide this now? Oh, okay. There's also the super chat stuff. I set that up. I have a Teespring thing that I set up just so I could start finally doing merch. There's only 2 things on there. I tried to connect it to YouTube. It's not doing it really, but you know, it's all, that's what these little streams are for, is kind of figure these kinks out, you know. His new mansion owned by Google. This is another short one, just trying things out, testing things. Like I thought I had the chat bot, but it's not in here, it seems. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be in here. By the way, CPaw's music there. You should click him, go to his, is that something you can do? Looks like I can't. You should go to his YouTube channel. He did the music for Mortuary Assistant. And one of these days, when I get money from Steam, I'll be able to give you your money for the OST. Let's see. Chatbot. Spam filters. I just clicked on the regular old chatbot and... Dashboard. Sorry, that's a part of this is... Oh, wait. Bot settings. What is part channel? Oh no, join channel. Bot will only join your chat while you're live. It might take a few minutes. Oh, okay, I see. It was supposedly in there, but... maybe not anymore. It said failed to join bot. Hold on. In order for bot to function, it needs more access. Okay, cool. Okay, there we go. Here's the missing step. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing all this stuff. All right, moderators. There we go. Stream elements. Cool. Okay. I think that worked. Oh wait, did it come in? Is it here? Hold on. Can't wait for the merch. Right now, all I have is a coffee mug and a notebook. But the coffee mug is the black Darkstone logo coffee mug that is in like all the games, including this one. So it's this right here. That's the mug. And then for the spiral notebook, it's Our Secret Below branded, because there's all those notebooks in Our Secret Below that you read and figure out what's going on and everything. So I've tried to like theme those 2 things, and I'd like to do more, but I have some stuff that are like old shirt designs that I need to put on there. Like some larger, like full shirt design things that I thought would be pretty cool. Just a few things. I'm trying to do odds and ends stuff. Obviously, that all takes time to do. Hey, Stream Elements bot. Let's see. That work? Is it gonna do it? There we go. Did I make a merch command? I don't think I did. Maybe I did not. Oh, there is. Let's click that. There you go. You see, it's only 2 things. I tried to make this stuff is so friggin' expensive. Let me see if I can do even more. These sort of things, like, I tend to try and make it so that I don't really make any money off of it, because if I make money off of it, they become expensive. And I understand that's like part of it, I guess, but still, I feel weird and bad. Yeah, so the chat commands work. We're good. Edit details. What are the details? Oh, there we go. I might be able to make. Yeah, it just seems like the right thing to do. I mean, like, okay, these are the base prices. If someone was gonna get something, don't get anything yet, because I'm changing the prices here. Though I was going to make a perk for members be a discount on the store, but we could still do that. Let's change it to, there you go, $15. I make $1. How you feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. Too late. Oh no. Well, like I said, give me a sec to adjust the prices on these, because I'd rather make $1 off of it and have it not cost $1 million for people than make $5 off of it and people have to pay, you know, $30, you know, with shipping and everything to get a mug. Up there it is for Tom. Well, whoever just bought the mug, thank you. I appreciate you. Maybe I could do $12. Nope, not 1,200. That'd be quite a. Oh wait, no profit. It seems like it won't let me enter it if there's no profit. Okay. Okay, it seems like... Oh, try to get this as close as possible. Okay, 93 profit. How was PAX experience and everything? Looked, PAX was great. Getting COVID from it was not. But it went well. It was a good time. I'm always uncertain about the value of doing trade show things like that. But it was really cool to meet a lot of people that were fans of the game. I got to sign a whole bunch of posters. I got to take pictures with people, do some interviews and stuff. It was fun. It was a good time. I love collecting bugs, so I'm pretty excited. Okay, great. If you don't mind my asking, what was the total with shipping? Because I don't know what shipping costs for these things. And I got a sweet tag. Yes, I did get the Mortuary. Here, hold on. $23.74. Hot damn, that's a mug. Expensive. All right, well, I've knocked, I think, $4 off. $4 profit at least for myself. I mean, I understand that, like, I think people expect that they pay a little more for like branded stuff, but I don't know. I just feel bad. Hey, crazy. $10 shipping to Hong Kong. I mean, that's not terrible to Hong Kong. I mean, I'm sure they have some different distribution houses. Still, I mean, to be like, all right, I'm dropping, what was it originally? It was like $18 for the mug. Be like, yeah, I'm gonna drop 18 bucks. I'm gonna drop $28 or whatever on a mug. It just seems like I appreciate it, obviously, and that's awesome. I just also feel really bad. Okay, there we go. Cool. But hey, the bot works. It's a good deal. Cool. So the bot works. Finally got that set up. The notification bot in the Discord seems to work. I don't know. There's the @here tag there, but I don't know if it actually did an @here to everyone. I really don't know. If someone's in the Discord, do you know if you got a notification for the announcements channel about going live on YouTube's? You did? Okay, cool, great, thank you. How did the name Darkstone come to be? So I had a list of different names, and then I looked to see. This is what it's come to for naming things. I checked to see what website was available, Twitter, companies on Steam and other stuff like that, like game companies in general, and basically just trying to find anything that wasn't taken, because everything I came up with, things weren't available, right? So it ended up being that. I would love to have some deeper story to it or whatever, but yes, and I was very stoned. But I made it work, eventually figured out what I wanted it to essentially represent, which is a headstone, So it's like the way I came, the justification I came to is the dark stone is like tombstone, having to do with death and spookies and stuff and all that, which is why the logo that you can see down there looks like a tombstone. Yeah, I think it's fine. It's I have no issues with the name. Obviously, I used it. Okay, so the Discord bot also works, which is great. You shouldn't feel bad. You worked hard, and let's not forget it. That's true. True. Oh, and then also I didn't do anything on Patreon. That's already there. Forgive me for trying these. I want to make sure that I think I did the Patreon one already. And I wanted to try keywords. I think KoFi keyword will make the bot be like, hey guy, hey, look at that, cool. All right, these things work, great, neat. All right, then now we can do other stuff. So I've been working on the Halloween decorations here. So we're going to go into substance here. Question: is there a way to add the demons under the desk as a way to scare those who hide behind the desk? There are things already that sort of look for those things. A lot of that stuff just ends up being very rare, The more specific I get with requirements for something, the lower chance it is that something will happen. The higher the rarity, right? Which leads to, I think, value. So when someone does get it, they're like, oh my God, I haven't gotten that, and I've been playing it a bunch or whatever, right? So thank you very much, Derek. All right, so we've got our pumpkin here where I added it to this set of props. I use a service called Envato Elements. So if you're familiar with Audio Jungle, it's a place you can get sound effects, music, stuff like that. Envato Elements is something that you pay monthly for, and you get access to a bunch of sound effects, music, art, video templates, stock footage and stuff. It's all included in this thing in this one fee that you pay. And it's maybe about, I think for the year, I paid like maybe 200. I don't remember. I think it might have been like 150 or something. I forgot. but it was a no-brainer for someone who has to make tons of sound effects and needs music for trailers and all that. So I went and grabbed a few things here that I'm going to use for decorations. Like some of this stuff is going to be thrown onto these planes here, and they're going to be like little stick-on paper things. Hey, Trixler, how you doing? Yep, I am on the YouTubes. Are there any spook events that can be triggered outside? Yes. Those are very rare, though. There will be more, though. There are definitely nowhere near as many as in the building. Like, nowhere near as many are in the building, obviously, because that's where you spend all your time. But there are some. And as I do more updates, I do want to add more to outside. Good day, I'll say. Yeah, Jay's on it. There's a whole lot to the haunt system above randomness that I think really drives a lot of the compelling stuff. All right, so we've got this gross looking thing here, but now that I've made a pumpkin, now that I've brought it in here, can do some overlay stuff and maybe get a little bit out of it. Let's do something with height. Oh, I don't need that. Height. I get some sort of noise that isn't weird and poopy. Hey! Just recently got all achievements in the game. Awesome. Can't wait to see new updates. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. And congratulations on getting all of them. That's very neat. Not an easy task. We're going to have to do UVs. We're going to do triplanar. Ew. Let's change the scale. Right now I'm just getting something set up here. I'll be choosing a more appropriate thing here in a moment. Okay, let's try a different height. Like this. No, that's like a weird crystalline pattern. What about dirt, actually? Yeah, look at that. We got little bumpies. Some little bumpy dudes. And then I could change this to scale something. Yeah. It's just definitely more compelling than the gross things that are on there right now. So I'm gonna do a white mask on this. Oh, thank you. Obviously, you know, we've talked about all the stuff that I've done for this project. I wrote all the scripts for all the dialogue and everything. Blessed with some very talented, awesome voice actors that did a great job delivering it. Yeah, no, you. Okay. And then we're going to get rid of our color. Makes all that look kind of gross. Maybe I can do a replacement with the height here. And oh wait, it's gonna have to be for the normal. Okay. Not quite what I was looking to do with that, but it's on the right track. So we're going to see if we can downplay some of these grosser looking things. I was like, can't believe there's a writer in here. I really enjoy the writing aspect for things, actually. That Oh, whoopsie doopsie, I don't need anything else other than the normal replace. So let's see. All I want to do is downplay some of the more like nasty looking artifact things from the transfer map that I did. See how that comes out. It's like unnecessary. It was great when I baked it from ZBrush originally, way back when for KoFi, but it doesn't quite look great after I've done the transfer. I suppose I could find the high-res pumpkin and try baking it with the new UVs, but we don't gotta do that. I'm gonna say that's good enough as that is. It looks better. Downplaying some of these things will make it look more pumpkin-y. Anyway, what are your thoughts about speedrunner as they're doing with your game? I think it's really fun to see. I've always liked speedrunner stuff, and yeah, it's interesting to see how they can game it. Like, there's one speedrunner, I think the fastest time is 4 minutes and some odd seconds. Basically, it still requires a little bit of luck because you have to do one of the embalmings, and then like you have to be correct to win, right? Obviously. So they would use ash on one of the bodies, and then I think, yeah, they would like look for one of the sigils. It's very like the stars have to align for a really fast run, I think, where it's like you can find the first sigil because that's always base in the game, like it's there. And then you find that, you go to the night shift database, find the demon that has demons, whatever, that has those sigils. And if you're lucky, there will only be one house with it. And then you can use ash on the bodies and see if you are correct, you know? So there's a way, obviously, to go really fast. It's just kind of crazy what people have accomplished. It's pretty neat. I like it. All right, so the emissive is going to get some red on it. And I think what I need to do is, am I going to have to, how did that work? Yeah. Do it geo-based here. That's okay. And I'll be able to do like a blur on it, and I should be able to get something a little bit darker, because right now it's just a little aggressive in game. Okay. So we'll say that's our deal for there. And actually I will do a roughness, and I'm going to make it super rough just to get rid of any shininess there. Now we're going to see if I can do a blur. $50 hours on this game? That's awesome. I love to hear when people like actually like they get a lot of time out of it, right? They get a lot of I guess enjoyment with it. It's very cool. That's not quite what I was imagining there. Let's see if I can do a levels on it and go further out onto the surrounding area. There we go. Okay, some of it, that's interesting. Let me do another blur. There we go. I'll need to do a version where I have like the monitors swapped. Let me see if I can duplicate this. Watched 2 streamers try to race each other in the game last night. That's awesome. Wow, that's really cool. I wish I need to find those things more. Love it. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I want to go to, I just want to see how they look in game. I've already set up the material in Unity. and I wanted to get this. Let's see. So for lights, we're gonna do like this. And emissive. Nope, just a color, please. Orange. Those some lights. Now, I'm gonna put that, I think, right about there. We're gonna see how that translates. We're gonna export this again. But yeah, I need to do a scene in OBS that has the monitor swapped, so when I'm doing stuff in Substance, you can see it better. But for now, all right. Not terrible. Yes. Whoa, what the f... That's some evil-ass pumpkin. Hold up. So, I would like to do some physics on it, yes. I think that would be fun. So, let's see. What I need to do real quick is cycle through the color types to get to emissive. See, this is what's actually happening with the emissive. So, this needs to be changed away. And that to something a little less ridiculous. Oh, that's what, okay. Also let some of the yellow get back through. Too yellow. Why do we have dark going on? Oh, I guess it's fine with dark distance. Oh, that's the screen space ambient occlusion. Boo! I think I can override it by having the exposure up a little bit more. Okay, and then good spook factor, but Raymond does strike me as the type to intentionally terrify grieving people. I mean, it could be, yeah. But this one, I think I want to make it a tiny pumpkin. I'm gonna put like a little baby jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. I'm gonna put it on this. What is going on here? Oh, I think I've accidentally, when I was clicking the faces to get some glow through, I think I accidentally clicked the back of the pumpkin because it went through the geo. Yeah, look at it. You have big old butt. Okay. Boop. So I think that's good, but I need to make this a little bit darker, I think. Oh wait, that's the base color. Dadgummit. Serious Hannibal Lecter vibe. And export. There we go. There we go. Now we don't have that silliness there anymore. So this should be appropriate for the size that it is. So we need to... go. Cool. Little tiny guy. Yeah, crazy. So Raymond is actually modeled off of, like, what I used as reference when I was making him was Dolph Lundgren and Mads Mikkelsen. So he's a combination of the two. It's cold, so it's gross. I think these lights need to be a little bit bigger. What I would love is if we could get one of them to play him in the movie. That would be rad. But I don't think we got enough pull. So, if, you know, some actors like to do weird stuff, and I think that would be super cool, but I certainly do not expect that to happen. Oh. But that'd be really cool, obviously. All right, a little bit larger lights. Halloween models, lights. There we go. That reads a little better. Now we've got lights. Now you can see them. Yeah, cool. Does commercials in Denmark for beer? I mean, I would too. This is a chance to get on the ground floor of a franchise. Just sell it to him like a pyramid scheme. What if I told you that you had a chance? Let's get a little bit more reddishness in here. Either way, it's pretty friggin' awesome. We were talking about this yesterday. Like, I never thought a movie would be something that would come from anything that I would make. And it's also really cool to be involved, like, in the script writing process and everything. There we go. That feels more painty. There we go. Volumetric lighting on it, yeah. These guys are gonna be low. Tell them you're the new Kojima. Yeah, well, lying, it does get you places sometimes for a bit. Fake it till you make it, right? True. Suspicious dill. You didn't know about the movie? Yeah. Yeah, so we were talking about this yesterday that basically like a month after I signed with Dread's parent company is Epic Pictures, and the owner of Epic Pictures was talking to me saying that he thought it would make a good basis for a movie and if I would be interested in doing that. And I was like, hell fucking yes, I would. So it was something that we talked about way early on. So it wasn't like, you know, the game had success after sales and then people were like, let's make a movie, you know. It's something that we had been talking about from the beginning, though I was very much like, boy, I hope the game does well, because it would really suck to go through all this trouble for a movie and then be like, hey, a movie is coming out and then the game bombs, right? That'd be really bad. Yeah, DILF is an actual term. All right, let's do, yeah, like that. Cool. Cool. That's cute. Back to substance. Back material. Start throwing all these in. Anyway, keep track of news. I mean, I share it when it's available. You know, I put it in the Discord too. I put it on Twitter. Anytime something goes out, I will 100% be sharing it, you know? I've got, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, I've got a number of things coming up that I'm really excited to tell everyone about, but I just can't yet, you know? I feel extremely blessed. Okay, so here's our little ghost. What happened? Yeah, I'm still listening. Oh my God, all my royalty-free music. There it is. So now we're gonna do, I forget which one's the actual ghost. I need to know, what are the names? I don't know which thing is which. This has, oh, I need to put transparency on here. Let's see, do I have that already? No. Image occlusion, displacement, scattering, specular, translucency. Where is it? All right, hold on. Let me just change the material type to cut out. There we go. This one, delete that, make another one here that will have, yeah, why don't I have opacity? What the heck? Oh, there it is. Okay, now that I've enabled the Dealy Dally, great. I think this one is the ghost. I gotta use it as the alpha as well, which I don't think is going to work. This is something I always try to be lazy with and then end up wishing I hadn't been lazy like that. These two, what happens if I get that? No, it's terrible. done this before, and now I'm forgetting how I did that. So is your approach on demonic script and lore based on real life theology, or is it all purely self-inspired? It's based loosely on real things here and there, but I made up like 90% of it because like really it's just based in like Christian mythology basically, right? And to a degree. And I decided to do my own stuff because in the demo I have a pentagram, and someone messaged me as like, you know, I know they're Wiccan, and a pentagram, you know, an upside down star with an enclosed circle is actually means protection. It's like a good thing. So it's always wrong when that's used for like demonic shit. So when that happened, I was like, you know what? Instead of just using existing things and risking using them wrong and like having, you know, people be like, well, actually it's this way or that way, or this doesn't make any sense because of this, you know, I decided, you know, I'll just make my own, and then I can never be wrong. I don't know, Cody. That's a legitimate question that I will be asking when we get to that point, if you're interested. Obviously, I can't make any promises, but we do have to talk about all that stuff at some point once we move past script. So if you think that'd be a cool thing to do, I'll at least float the idea. Again, I don't believe that's up to me, but all right, so opacity, let's just go ahead and try it here as well and see what we get. It's just a little ghost guy. Boo. Oh, wait. I need to have this. I think I know what I need to do. All right. Put that right in there. The backing for that. That. All right. And then this, we're going to get rid of that. Nope, we need to keep that. Nothing works right. Little guy. Well, I'm a ghost. Hey, everybody. Happy Halloween. All right, I'm gonna have to go into Photoshop and make the alpha of it a thing. I wish so it's a PNG, so hold on. Let me see if I can be cheap here. I do love being cheap. Close everything else here. See what happens if I paint it. Nope. Oops. Nope. All right. Fine. Let's open Photoshop. I'm gonna have to make an alpha for all the things I want to use. I really like it goes in and understands that it is transparent, but I don't know why it decides to be like, nah. Yeah. Blame on Zoe? Yeah. Any actress you would think you'd like to see in Rebecca if possible for in film? I don't have any specific actress in mind. I mean, there's some people from like there's one woman in a movie called Terrifier that Epic Pictures did. She's like the main character. I always thought she had the same sort of look, but I don't know. It's something that like I have not been involved in this stuff before, so things like casting and all that, working with a casting director, like that's going to be really interesting, and I'm really excited to be doing that. Alrighty, let's go ahead and find this guy. Huh. Okay. Now we do this, and we do that. And we do one of these, and there we go. There's our alpha. That's all we gotta do. Save a copy. Then anyway, we do alpha, and then okie dokie. There. And since I've already got that open, that makes that a lot easier. I have no acting experience, but I want to be a body. You and me both. It would be really cool, actually, to be a body in the movie, since I'm a body in the game. But I feel like that's so self-serving. Like I can't do that, you know. If someone else suggested it, I'd be like, oh well, I mean maybe, I guess, you know. But I feel like I can't do that shit on my own. Not caps lock. No. Boom. It's pretty high res apparently. Thought the face looked familiar. Yeah, it's not the best likeness. I'd like to redo it, but you know, it's just not important. This alpha now. Still not great. Can't really. I mean, I could instead go like this behind it. That's the better way to go. That all the same color. There. And then that comes in. Now it's a solid color. So when I do the version here, since I'm already making an alpha, it doesn't need to have a transparent background, and now I can just be like, there we go. Look at that. Yay, look at us. For a dead body, you look stunning. Thank you. Think I could work as Rebecca's dad? Who's your favorite streamer in the game so far? I personally like Gab. Yeah, I love Gab. Do you plan to transfer the game to other systems? Yes, it's in the works right now with the console porting team with my publisher. Don't know which consoles yet, but it will be coming to consoles. Also, we gotta go for a bit, but I'll be back if you're still streaming. Cool, see you later. Thank you very much for hanging out. May your assets be made painlessly. We'll see. Okay, that is Ghost. This one's gonna be Spider. So let's just be smart early on and see about what the. What happened? Date modified. Get out of here with a right. Come on. Okay, that's JPEG. That's that. Okay, they're not individual things. I'm gonna have to. This one I can use and just squash and stretch it properly. Hello. What's up? So now we're gonna do the poster. Hey, we'll be without power in less than an hour, but it's cool to see. Jeez, all right. Hope everything's going well. So I'm working on Steam Deck compatibility, but I don't have a Steam Deck. I have reserved one. Supposed to be getting one in October sometime. Right now, the QA guy at Dread has one, but that's too black box for development. What I mean by that is like I have to make a change and then give it to him and be like, did that work? And he's gonna be like, no. And then I gotta go looking and try to make another change. And so it's just gonna be better to have it on Steam Deck, make the adjustments, make sure it works, and then we'll be good. Did you ever find out why the demo was glitching so hard on PewDiePie? Yeah, I already fixed it. He originally pinned my comment. I don't know if it's still pinned there, but yeah, it was one line of code. I was reading screen size wrong. I was reading screen size instead of game window size. So he had a thing where clearly he has a 4K monitor and his native resolution is 4K, but in game he downsized to 1090 and for like video recording reasons, right? Which makes sense. It looks fine and makes video recording software not freak out. So that's fine, except my code at the time was looking at the max size of a screen. So it was looking for 4K. So my screen detection stuff was always returning false because it was basically, there was no space to detect things. And so that's why stuff wasn't triggering. And I changed it, that one line of code, to check for the actual game window resolution instead, and then everything started working for people who had that issue, which was basically no one except PewDiePie. But yeah, it is unfortunate. Hey, what's up, Major? All right, so I have this dealie. Let's go ahead and export this so I can get the alpha stuff set up. I'd like to get that going on the material. None of that. 90, and then for materials, that. And then this needs to be changed to clipping. There we go. Okay, so obviously I'll do a roughness pass on that, but that becomes I can put this in a couple different places, you know, the way these Halloween decoration sets work. Serious question, did you just dive into Unity head first? Yes. Yeah, so we were actually kind of talking about some of this earlier, where I had made a game with this character, if you could see it, I don't remember, it's there we go. He's a little tiny mongoose, blind mongoose with a cane, and it was just a shitty little mobile game that I made back in like 2010, and it was in Java, and that was my first experience with Unity. But then, while I was working at Tryon, we started using Unity for Atlas Reactor, which was, you know, I had minimal work that I did on that, but I did do some stuff, so I used Unity there, and I used it in a hobby capacity still outside of work, but not very often at all. Then when I went to Disney, we used it exclusively on the two titles that I was working on. I was working on but yeah, we used Unity for both of those, so I had a lot more experience with that. And then when I decided to go into indie, the developer that I teamed up with to do the art for one of their games, it was all in Unity. And then when I started teaching myself to program, it was just natural to go into it from there. But yeah, I it's still no formal training, just using it and just the usual game development experiences. Yeah, it absolutely is doing everything by yourself. How long did it take you to be able to develop games solo? Well, let's see. So I've been doing solo indie game development for about 5 years now. The first, when did I put out the subject? 2018, I think. Let's take a look real quick. The subject is my first game. It's very much my first game, but yeah, November 30th, 2018. And when did I finish the other? It was about, I think 2018 was still, 2017 I think was when I left. Yeah, that makes sense because then that's 5 years. Yeah, so basically I got to the point where I could make my own game in a couple months. I know that sounds fast, but hey, paddingy. But keep in mind, like, I have a lot of art experience in the game industry for 13 years and all of that. So all I needed to add was the programming side. And I taught myself how to program in a modular way where I was just like, I want to learn how to make something happen when I click the mouse. I want to learn to make something happen when I press a button. I want this effect to fire when I do this thing. I want to figure out how to detect that something is entered a trigger and do X thing, right? So I did little things here and there until I got to the point where I felt like I could make a game. And that's when I made the subject. And after that, I immediately made Our Secret Below, and my programming skills just got better and better. And I'm still improving, obviously. There's a lot of room for improvement. I'm not a great programmer. I mean, it all works, which is really all you care about, but it's very messy. There are better ways to do things. And as I go, I find more modular ways to do stuff and more like efficient ways, which is really cool. So, you know, it's an ongoing process. But in terms of like, when things went south with the developer that I was partnered with at the time, like the first game we did well and made some money, and then our relationship went south, to put it simply. And then I was like, well, if I can't rely on someone else, clearly, so I need to be able to do everything myself if I want to be able to make it doing this instead of having to go back into the AAA industry, which I wouldn't mind. I love working in AAA, but I really wanted to do this. So that's why I started learning to do stuff myself. And it just sort of naturally went the progression that it has to this point. And I really like doing solo stuff. I get to be home all the time. I get to do the things that I want to do. You know, I get to look at something like Mortuary Assistant, Our Secret Below. I can look at all my games and be like, these are exactly the things that I wanted to make, given my skill set. So, you know, it was, it's definitely rewarding. Really curious, how did you get the research for the earlier game content? So it's really just scouring the internet. You find YouTube videos. There are ones that are not like they're not heavily advertised. There are things that like, it's like embalming procedure.mp4, right? That's not like heavily easy to find. But if you go through other websites for like learning mortuary sciences and stuff, you'll find these videos. Like that are instructional ones. Some of them are just interviews. Some of them are, you know, pretty standard stuff. I read a bunch of articles, a lot of things about the tools. I went to the websites where you order the equipment and read the descriptions for those, and just kind of really dived into what embalming entails, because I knew that tackling it at all, I wanted to be as realistic as I could be. Still in school, but I'm teaching myself Java at the moment. But I'm looking into get Unity for my PC, potato, but can run Unity. Yeah, I mean, nothing says you have to be making a amazing AAA 3D thing, right? You can learn how to program in Unity, which by the way uses C#, so you might want to transition to C#. Unless you want to do things with Java. Maybe you want to do some web stuff, or you want to do some server backend things. I don't know. But yeah. Nothing says you even need to make a game, right? You could do some simple UI stuff where you click buttons and see how everything interacts and learn Unity and learn the basics programming and all that, you know? If you have a story you're passionate about becoming a game, would you have your first project be the one dearest to you? Would you recommend starting with smaller projects and stories? I moved away from having projects that are like my golden child, right? Because I realized that those ideas are a dime a dozen. No matter how special I feel my ideas are. I have one game design that was like my first game design that I think is awesome, and I love the concept, and I haven't even bothered to make it now. And I'm like, you know, that could be fun to make, but I've got all these other ideas that I have rolling around and stuff. And now that I've done other things, it's branched into this, branched into that, you know. And I found that not keeping an idea safeguarded to the point where you put it up on this, like, this is the game, it keeps you motivated. Because I can't imagine if I had a game that I'm like, no, I can't work on that now. I need to be really, really good in order to make that game, which could be true, that's fine. But then when you finally get to it, do you ever feel like you're good enough to make it? When you start working on it, are you going to be too judgmental? When you're done, are you going to feel like it wasn't everything that it could be? Like, it's like anything. If you put too much into it, when it's realized, it could be difficult to do or to accept how it's come out. If you put it out and people hate it, it's probably going to be taken a little more personally. It already is, right? You're making your own games that you come up with, and when people don't like them, it hurts in some ways, you know. But I decided not to be like married to any specific idea. Because again, ideas are a dime a dozen, and that's hard to believe. But you know, I've had people DM me with game ideas countless times, and I don't do other people's game ideas just because I'm doing this because I want to make my own. And it's like, if they want to make it, that's awesome. But there's no idea that I've seen that I'm like, this is, you know, some revolutionary thing. It's the way you make it. It's the design that you build around it that makes it something cool and different, right? A concept is just a concept. Embalming game, right? What is that? You know, nothing says what it is, and it doesn't. And on its surface, it's like, okay, that's an interesting subject matter, but there's nothing that's like, that's a really awesome game idea, right? You have to build around it and come up with something. So I don't know if it makes sense, but I am passionate about every single game that I make, right? But I am not passionate about an idea that has not been fleshed out. And I try not to be so married to an idea that I can't get rid of it. And I think that's, if you take the route of having an idea, just an idea rolling around in your brain as this super important thing, you're gonna fall into sunk cost fallacy where you try to make something that does what you want to do because that's your idea, and it ends up not working as a game mechanic, right? Or it ends up being a superfluous thing that's just like, okay, I don't need this. It doesn't make sense in the grand scheme of the game, but I don't want to get rid of it now because I put all this work into it. I just feel like taking that approach puts so much weight on things. I'd rather be like, one of the cool things about doing, I know I'm going rambling here, I'm sorry, but one of the cool things about doing things this way, where I do things myself and I come up with all these ideas, is each idea is a passion project. Each idea has value, and they all start as something small that's interesting, something that's compelling, and then you grow and grow and grow with it, and each idea becomes this like, oh, that'd be really cool, that'd be really cool, that'd be really cool, and so then you enjoy everything that you do, and nothing ever feels like you're not obtaining something, you know? That's the way I view stuff anyway, is you know, and different strokes for different folks. Whatever keeps you motivated, whatever makes you do the things that you want to do, more power to you. I am not in any way, you know, the like, this is how it works, you know. It works differently for everyone. It doesn't matter how you get there. What matters is the end result. But for me, that's That's the approach that I take. Because I've got maybe like, God, I don't know how many ideas rolling around in my head at any given time. And, oh no. It's very shiny. And any single one of them I come back to and go, oh yeah, that was a neat idea, right? Let's export this real quick, because I'm going to use this as like kind of the base for all paper things. So there we go. Now it doesn't have that weird shine to it anymore. Let's move this into the light. Come into the light. There we go. It's got a nice little shininess to it if you happen to catch it at the right angle, but it's not something that feels, yeah, okay, cool. Do you feel pressure that you'll never top MA? I don't know if I'm gonna try to top it. I'm gonna try to make the next game idea the most compelling it can be in its space, right? I think, yes, there's obviously going to be worry of like, okay, I've set the bar now, and if I don't hit that bar again, that's gonna feel probably not so great. You know, if people are like, oh, well, you know, his last game was great, this one's not, you know, then it's like, oh, one hit wonder kind of person, right? And all that. I try not to think about that though. Basically, I take, just like we were talking about with the ideas, the various ideas that you have, you know, I treat each of them in their individual way that makes sense for their project, their idea, their concept. And I just pour myself into it the best I can. And, you know, I may make something that is not a natural progression away from Mortuary Assistant. It could be something that's different, but it could still be very enjoyable to the group of people that it's aimed towards. But in reality, I like doing horror like this, so there's gonna be other things like this, you know? And I think I'll naturally grow off of things like the haunt system and the way I do horror. I think I will keep on that and just build game things with that wrapper, you know? Like the way those events play out, the way things are discovered, like the way atmosphere plays into the stuff that I make. Like I think those are going to permeate everything I do, right? Those are the things that I can't try to top something, but what I can do is try to take the best aspects of something and let it bleed into my other work. Well, that's the other thing, Wall, is I don't want to fall into like, you know, okay, now it's a what's, you know, like what's another spooky place? Like now it's a mausoleum. Now it's you know, it's like trying to constantly find these things that are like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, because it's like you want to do things like that to some degree, right? I would love to be like, okay, here's another profession, here's another setting, here's something that's compelling. But then what do you do with a game in that, right? You could go either way, I think, though. You could, if you let, like Mortuary Assistant, I very much let the embalming drive the game initially, and I had to build kind of the design around that. Other ideas, I have more design-based ideas, and I would need to find a setting that it can take place in. Think about Phasmophobia and its replay value. Would you move into that area? There's a few ghost hunt games that are doing great at the moment. This could be a new avenue. Yeah, I don't know. I've thought about it. I've talked about doing multiplayer. I want to do a Patron prototype that does multiplayer because I want to learn it. But the last thing I want to do is put something out and be like, oh, it's trying to be another Phasmophobia, right? I don't want to do that. I want to do something that is compelling in its own way. I have an idea for Mortuary Assistant multiplayer. It's not exactly... It would have some hunting aspects because that's how this game works, but it wouldn't be trying to be like a, you know, it's Phasmophobia, but you're a cook. I think of like there's a Family Guy episode where there's a cutaway to Stephen King coming up with his next book idea, and he's like, you know, his publisher's like, what's the next idea? And he's like looking around the room, he's like, there's a haunted lamp, ooh, you know, like it's just made so many things that it's just like whatever you could tie it to, like, you know, I don't want to try to just put some different flavor on an existing concept. All right, so I've got the banners here. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna put the banner in here. Oh, and I did put it in here. Man, Brian. Getting lost. You're getting lost in your jib jab. Okay, and we'll put a fill in here. And we'll put this as the base color. Doo-doo-doo. Cute little ghosts and stuff. Look at that. Ready? Hey, press start to laugh. What's up? My crew and I have tried the Phasmophobia, like, and none of them are all that great. I agree. You really don't want to be. Yes. But it brings some life, content creators to load it up. Yeah, well, I mean, Mortuary Assistant is that to a degree, right? I wanted to make something where people are like, hey, let's play this one for a little bit, you know? Let's load up Mortuary Assistant because it's Halloween and spooky time, so let's do that, you know? Let's see. You know what? I've got some stamps lying around in the old developer toolkit bag that I have sitting around. I have tools. Oh, not that. Tool bags. Stamps. I've got like normals that I made forever ago that I use for various things. I also have textures.com account that has some great stuff, but I don't think they're gonna have anything like my right now. Maybe something like this. And on top of it, I need to, because I'm going to need to be able to tile it however. And motivation, inspiration, being cool. Yeah, absolutely. I love chatting about stuff. I love chatting and feeling ways about stuff. There we go. Let's check that out. Now he's a little wavy dude. And for this, we're gonna go back to here. I think I'm gonna give it a little bit of metallic. What you doing, brain? There we go. See, now I get like some of the color coming through and the reflectivity. For roughness, we're going to do maybe like this. I do like that. It's probably a little too metally though. I don't think it's gonna read well in game. So let's do a little bit of an adjustment. And then bring some of that metallic down just a smidgen. All right, let's take a look at that. This is why I set up the materials and get everything in so that I can easily jump back and forth and be like, let's try this, now let's try that. 270. Whoop. And then for the materials. Ha! I like that. So we're gonna have a bunch of stuff out there. So let's see about putting something in here. Where could I put it? That would be, it seems like it's pretty much gonna be here. Thick southern accent. I'll make this a little larger. How's our resolution hold up? Oh wait, I keep forgetting. This is a 2048. If it looks like butt, I'll go ahead and set it back, but it should be a 1024. There we go. Yeah, you're fine. Cool. Okay. That's fine and dandy. I would like to put it on a door, but the thing is this is going to load based on time of year, so I would need to child it to the door, which isn't awful. I could put a script on it that's just like, hey, add this. You know what? That might be worth doing, just because that'd be fun. Let's do that. I already have something like that? I don't think so. What I'll do then, we're gonna make a quick script. Really, really quick, simple script. We're going to call it Parenter. Yeah, well, that's why I can see all of them in the world. That's why, like, when I place them, like, I can see where they are, so I know what's going to happen. Rebecca deserves some workplace upgrade. I mean, this is what we're doing, right? This is get some Halloween fun, right? That. I want the poster. So what this is going to do is just have the script on it, and then as soon as the game loads, or basically as soon as this object is loaded, which would only happen if it's Halloween or around that time frame. It's not going to get in the way of anything, but I will make it so that I don't receive decals. There we go. And now we're going to throw our parenter script on here. And let's make it real quick. Maybe let the lady in the basement touch some grass for Halloween. Oh, wait, I just realized. You know what? It would happen at the initial load phase, so that's not that big a deal. Okay. The thing that I didn't say is going to not be too big of a problem. Basically, I'm going to need to do like a find. Typing with my fingers. There we go. Good Lord. Something is still loading, I think. Yes, exactly, Mara. I mean, it is 1998, so. All right, we're going to do two things here. Transform my parent, and then transform self. Actually, that's not even going to matter. So we're going to say transform, oh wait. My parent equals, I don't even need to do that. We can just declare it all in here. Find object. There's a find and what am I thinking? Prefer using modular assets for the building layout or a model it in its entirety. Both. In the case of Mortuary Assistant, I just modeled the building because it's a small area. In the case of something like the subject, I made a whole bunch of modular stuff because it was a big maze. It's finding a child by name. So what I would do... Why is my brain farting on this? I haven't, I'll find the specific name. Why am I... Oh, my brain is melting on itself. Hold on. Find object of type. Oh, yeah, this is why I've got to do this. That's right, that's right. I have to find... Ooh. So I need to do an array. This gets a little beefy. So we find all the transforms in the world. And then for each in my parent, because then I need to have, what are the, does it have a tag right now? It does, because animate object. Boo. Okay. It is weird. But what I'm going to need to do, if I want to child it to something, I got to do something here. So what I need to do, because I want to do that, because this is what gets animated, because this has pivot local. Okay, this is the one. It's untagged. Okay. That kind of works. Also untagged. So the parent that gets animated, they don't seem to have tags. So I could do a simple, let's see. Yep, because that's what animates. It's untagged as well. Okay. I could just make a tag. And then I can look for that. Then I could probably do like just a find object with tag. So let's make a new tag. And this is gonna be, we'll just call it can parent. Am I gonna want to use it for something else in the future? Thank you very much, Gerard. Sorry. Finding new series after 5 shifts. Thank you very much. There's someone that's like they've been playing forever and they're still finding things that they hadn't seen before, which is pretty awesome. It's great to see that. I guess we'll do can parent. I could do special maybe as like a. I could just find anything that's the special tag. That way I could use it for other things in the future if I want to. Find objects. Okay, I'm still gonna have to do transform. We have to get all the transforms and then say if trans.tag equals, and we're gonna do a public string tag target tag. What we got here? Oh, compare tag. This is why Rider is so awesome. So now, actually, I know it's going to be special, so what I'm going to do is the name, object name. Target parent name. Because we're just going to see if it contains. Thank you for doing that. Great. Special. Did it know the tag? What? Oh, weird. That's kind of cool. Man, the hey Max, the Unity integration with Rider is badass. Thinking I just need to save the project real quick so that I have the tag there. I just want to see if this works this way, because that'd be pretty rad. Yep. Ha! That's neat. All right. So now if we have the tag special and trans.name equals target parent name, then transform.setParent trans. Oh wait. This transform that I put it on becomes a child of that. Tried the game yet? We'll be trying it soon. I've heard very good things. Thank you. All right, so what's happening is we're going to put in the target object name. On awake, we're going to take a look at all the transforms in the world, which is why normally that's a big fucking don't do that. But at the beginning, when you're loading, when the loading screen is up and all that, it doesn't matter. It just adds to the time, right? That's totally fine. So what I would like to do. See, I've got this find the animator, object interact. I do a bunch of things already like that. Joe Bird, what's up, man? Hey, how you doing? This can be a variable. Nope, it can't. Thanks. All right. So how you doing? So we have our target parent name. So the object that we're like, hey, this is the door, right? The name of this door. And we'll search through all the transforms and we will check if they have the special tag. If they do, then we also check to see if the name equals the target object. And if they do, that's our object. We set our parent to be that. Look at you coding. I know, right? All sorts of stuff. A lot of things have happened. Look at me go. All right, so we got these Halloween props here, these proppies. And now we have our door is gonna be this one. It's gonna be special. Off-room door is our target. And on our poster, ooh. So what should happen, theoretically, is it will child itself to the door. So we should see it disappear from this list here. Became a tier 3. You're the first. Look at you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Joshua. I appreciate it. Figure out how to gift tier 2. Get the number 1 spot again. I don't know how that works. I don't know how any of this works. Okay, let's run this real quick. And again, we should see this disappear. And then we'll check our door and see if we've become a child of it. See if it's adopted us. That's what I should have called it. I should have made it like can adopt. So that's cute. Well, our poster disappeared. And our poster is now a child of Op Room Door. Let's open it up. Hey, look at our little pumpkins. Okay. Yeah, no reference, I know. Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha ha ha! It's such a simple little thing, but I love when stuff like that works. It's the low-hanging fruit, instant gratification stuff that I just love. Now I can put decorations wherever I want. That was the one thing when I was doing these, and I'm like, you know, I'd really like to put it on the doors and stuff, but that's gonna be like, I can't do that because it needs to sit in this one object that's gonna get spawned based on, you know, whatever data. So now that's all done. Cool. Look at us go. All right, so now I can go back to making things. And we look, and there's our poster. Whee! This came a minute ago and only just now saw the streamers. This is gonna suck a game. I tried to make it open enough that you can see through them. And that's what I really want. I want you to see like glimpses of something through it. I'm gonna do a few haunts to go with this patch. So I'm gonna be utilizing them. I have to do them in a general way so that when it's not Halloween anymore, they still make sense, but it's gonna be fun. For a release game, the hierarchy is surprisingly well organized. I won't drop open any of these. We're just gonna leave it at, we're gonna leave the impression at that. Okay, so now what I gotta do is get, where are we? What is this? Okay, this is what we're using, I guess. I'm gonna have to take from these. sometimes their stuff is a little like weird. This is from the Envato Elements. It's great, but it's just like some of them, they're not individual files. It's just this, and I gotta be like, okay, well, I guess I'll just steal it from here, put it in this thing. But seeing as how I don't have to create any of this, I really shouldn't be complaining. Are you full on switching to YouTube? Yes. Part of the reason is like I've had suggestions against doing it for as long as I can remember talking about it with other streamers. Because they're like, well, if you want to grow, you got to be over here and try to cover as many bases as possible. For me, like I've also heard like, well, if you want to grow your Twitch channel, make a YouTube channel and get that to grow. And once that's grown, then you can point those people to Twitch, and then your Twitch gets bigger. And I'm like, well, why not just do all that on YouTube? Like, make it so that it's a individual cycle, like it's a small, self-contained thing that's easier to maintain. And you know, maybe I'm wrong. My gut says I should be doing this, which is why I'm doing it. But I could be wrong that maybe it won't be tons of growth, but it's not really the type of thing I'm after. Obviously, growth is great. I would like to see that. I would love it. But my main focus is just sharing my work, and people in my community that want to see it can. And my main goal is to eliminate some of the extra work, the extra non-dev work, you know, because I'm trying to make video games, not be a content creator. So I would much rather have to only focus on one platform, or at least eliminate one, and make it a little easier, you know? If that all makes any kind of sense. Save as a copy on this computer. Thank you. So I was like, well, if I remove Twitch, plus it's been sitting with me worse and worse, Twitch in general, just because of all the ads and everything. I don't know what your ad experience is right now. I forgot to adjust anything, but I believe at the most there's skippable video ads and maybe an overlay banner, I think. But it's like, it's so much better than the 5 long pre-roll ads that you do, even if you're not an affiliate, you know? So I'm just, I like having the control here. And now it's like, it went from Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, whatever else, to Twitter, YouTube, and whatever else. So I've got one less avenue that I need to focus on. Yeah, I agree. It's a learning process for sure. Seen advice on growth too, and it's just confusing as a whole. Yeah, so for me, I'm just going with my gut, which is just to like make my little content funnel as concentrated as possible. So it's like, if there are people that follow, the YouTube channel, they're subscribed to it, they will see that I'm live in their little sidebar. I'll come up in the recommended for whatever things, and it'll grow the way that it grows. Again, my main focus is just being able to share my stuff. The other really nice aspect is once it's done, it automatically gets uploaded as a VOD essentially. And that was one of the things as well that people were like, well, once you do a Twitch stream, you have to put the VOD up on YouTube so that people can watch it there. And that was another where I was like, well, why not just do it all on YouTube? All right. But making games easy. Yes. Yeah. So Kitten, that was, I think, what really threw me in the other direction was the most recent raid that I did on someone. And by recent, I mean it was like a month and a half ago, something like that, when I was still streaming before I went silent. And really, dog? Before like finishing up Mortuary Assistant. And I raided someone and I had to sit through 5 ads before I could even talk to them. So it's like I raided and there's the usual like, hey, thanks for the raid and how was your stream and all that stuff. So all that was done by the time the ads were finished. And I'm like, this is an awful experience. And there were times where I've been watching people and we're just getting to a point that I'm interested in, and then suddenly there's ads. And again, like, just taking me out of the experience. And obviously Twitch is fighting tooth and nail to keep you from using ad blockers as well. So it's just like, okay, I guess I'll just sit here unless I'm subbed to everyone in the friggin' platform. So I like having control. All the YouTube things line up for me. They make sense. So I'm just gonna stay here. Egg. Moon. Okay. And then white. And we do our black background for our alpha. On my computer, this new Photoshop is just, I just can't stand it. Okay. Real question, will YouTube allow you to create holes still? We need the holes. I mean, I can make holes, I guess. All right, there, and this is now going to become second drive, projects, systems. Aw. Halloween. There we go. Moon and Moon A. Moon A is an alpha. This one is a texture. This one is what?
I heard 5.
Oh, okay. Yes, the holes, yes. Spooktober update for Mortuary Assistant, yes. So right now I'm doing the props. I've done some other stuff already. Yes, so the whole thing is from Our Secret Below. I had made a hole in the wall that I don't even remember. It unraveled to some degree. It just weird hole humor. So I don't quite know how to put it, but all right, which one is the moon? That's, I think, is it the end one? No, that's called moon is one over. That's the moon, right there. And cool. So now for this, I can say that's the color, that's the opacity, and I can be like, whoop. And then we'll go to this here, and then we'll go until we are circular. And we will make it not repeat. No repeating. There. There's our moon wall cutout. And I'll have to do an overlay that does roughness that way. What language and tools do you recommend a beginner to learn to make games? So it depends. There's two ways you can go. You can, I mean, there are other ones. There's Godot, I guess it's called, or Godot. There's Game Maker. There's all sorts of tool sets. What I use is Unity. The other one that gets used a lot is Unreal. If you go the Unreal route, you're going to want to learn C++ and mainly their visual blueprint, visual coding stuff. Unity, you're going to want to learn C#, which is the language I program in. And then aside from that, depends on if you want to make 2D or 3D games. There's free tools out there for either. If you want to do 3D, you can start with Blender. If you want to do 2D, you can use something like GIMP. that's close to Photoshop, and so you can get started without spending any money. You know, you can download Unity, get GIMP, get Blender, and start making everything you would want for your game. Unreal 5, shut up. I will mess with it for one of these Patreon prototype things at some point. I will mess with it because I would like to. Just because I got started a million years ago bumping around in Unreal, and it would be awesome to return to it in some way. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, imagine what you could do in Unreal. And I'm like, well, you know, that's depends. People can still make awful games in Unreal. Unreal's not a like make game awesome button, you know. Hey Joe, where you at and what are you working on now, if you're at liberty to say? I'm just curious. Krita was the other one. I was trying to think of like, I was like, I know there's another one that is better, but I couldn't think of it. Krita, yeah. Photoshop really needs to take more design consideration from Illustrator for some things. There's a lot of things they could do differently. Candy. So now that I've got the process here, I'm just going to go ahead and make all of the things that I'm going to need so I can just stay in Substance and work on that. Let's see, I know I've got a spider as well. So we're going to do the spider. I like this little spider, it's cute. But this is the sort of thing where we were talking yesterday about utilizing things from the asset store and stuff like that. This is obviously not the asset store. This is Envato Elements, but it is using something that already exists for something in your game. And I think this is a good example of using something that this isn't designed to be used this way. It's just meant to be like the mark for something. You know, obviously I chose a license for my game, but give a little thing to that. Here we go. But it is a great example of using something in a way that's not like, oh, you're just stealing this thing and reusing it, right? Like it's used for a Halloween event for some decorations and stuff. It's not something that is like pivotal to the game or anything like that. And I think being something not intentionally meant for games as well gives it a little bit of unfamiliarity also, so it won't feel like it's, oh, I've seen that a bunch of places, you know? Like, as long as you use things you get properly, there's no problem with using purchased things, as long as you use them intelligently. These are just decorative things. I'm at panic button, cool. So many things, all right. Yeah, so Joe there is someone that I've worked with in the past and also went to school with. Code is a much cheaper version, yeah. You missed the Twitch emotes, they're here. You can send the actual emotes. They're available. It's just you have to do the subby thing. See? Unless you're just talking about the general Twitch emotes, then yeah, those don't. Those obviously don't exist here. Brand accounts can join? What does that mean? I don't know what a brand account is. Joshua Barnes there has joined. Supposedly anybody can join. Alright. Let's see. So I know we've got... I did Spider. Ghost is done. Candy was done. Moon is done. Bat. And Cauldron. Okay, so Bat and Cauldron still need to be done. That. And we'll go ahead and just do the Cauldron real quick. I'm not just gonna let those bubbles float. We're gonna work on that. Probably a thick stroke. Alright, let's go ahead and do this one real quick. Sure, that way we can see what's going on. Copy. I got to switch accounts. That's weird. To me, brand accounts. You pay $9K a year for uni, only to find out you won't be learning much beyond what you're online. That was me at Art Institute, and that place was for the degree, I guess. I don't have a degree. I hate to burst your bubble. I finished 2 years of a 3-year program and then got hired at Mythic Entertainment and never went back. So, I'm sorry. I think it's because I own multiple channels under my email. Oh, I see. If you're in school, you can get most, if not all, the programs for free. True. Back. Sorry, I had to leave for a bit. No worries. Welcome back. Welcome back. Chauffeur, dude. Yeah. Those good old Art Institute times, huh? Worth every penny. I mean, I didn't even get a degree and had to pay back a shit ton of debt. But Coltrane, whatever, who cares? It's just me, so I don't care. Almost ready to go in and throw these guys on some paper. All right, we got all of our thingies. Art Institute Phoenix, yep. Hey, Bear. Used to watch you on Twitch a while back. Man, I've been seeing your game everywhere. Thank you. It's pretty wild. All out. Hey, good to see you. You can always go back. Yeah, I tried doing that when I was at Mythic. It was like a year into working at Mythic. I was like, I really should get my degree so I at least have it. And most of my credits didn't transfer because Art Institute's not a real college. And that I did a beginner Photoshop class while working in the game industry, mind you. I went to a beginner Photoshop class where the teacher, I just finished all the things in the homework folder. And she saw that I had finished all of those and then talked to me about, how long I've been using it. And I was like, a while now. And we got talking about how I was working at Mythic. And she was like, well, if you were willing to maybe give a little mini lesson like once a week or something, I'd be willing to just give you the passing grade. And I'm like, no. I ended up, and then I left. I didn't come back. Oh man, that was unfortunate. The U.S. education system. The school is not there, but you can go back. The building's there. So what's funny is at PAX West, 2 people came up to me and were talking about how, we were talking about school, and I was like, unfortunately, I went to one of those cash grab schools, and they're like, yeah, us too. So how can we learn this, that, and the other thing? Because we kind of got shortchanged with this, and I talked them through the things that I did. And then I was like, yeah, I went to, he's like, I don't think they're even around anymore, so it doesn't matter saying negative things, really. I went to Art Institute, and they were like, we went to Art Institute too. I was like, oh shit. And so we were talking a little more, and then it came up, I was talking about housing and how I lived in the worst part of Phoenix. And they're like, wait a minute, you went to Phoenix? I'm like, yeah. They're like, we went to Art Institute of Phoenix. I'm like, okay. They're like, do you know DeCosala? I'm like, holy shit, yeah. That was my teacher. He was still there up to Art Institute closing. Cash grab school, meaning they charge a ton of money to do the bare minimum to provide you with maybe an associate's degree. And I think he got a bachelor's there in the 3-year program. I don't remember. And you don't actually learn any of the things that you're really going to need going into the industry, unfortunately. I used to live in Arizona Fallout. Hey, Operation Gamma. Just want to say good job. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. So a ripoff. Yeah, a little bit. It's not a real bachelor. Yeah. Are we discussing the paid mentorship drama? Dad ending super sad. That resonated with people in a way I didn't think would happen. Like, I didn't anticipate that, I mean, I knew I had an emotional ending that I wanted to make, and there were things that I wrote all that. And I think that's probably what makes it so crazy to me, is that I wrote something that ended up meaning a lot. Like, people were messaging me and they were like, this was really close to me because this was, I went through something similar, and it was an amazing thing, I guess, to see that, I was just trying to make something entertaining and something that I knew I wanted to be like an emotional experience, at least the best I could. And it ended up being something that actually meant something to people. And one person even messaged me saying that it's it helped them sort of move on in a way because they didn't get this kind of experience or whatever. And I'm just like, that's insane. I'm like, that's so cool. I live in the UK where we have more or less got an actual education system. Can't all be winners, huh? How many more endings are you thinking of adding? I don't have a specific number in mind. I would like to make a 6th ending. I wanted to have one for Halloween. COVID kind of knocked me down a little bit, and I don't think I'll be able to do that. I would love to try. But, is what it is. I'm still going to do it. It's just, I don't know when it will actually make it through at that point. Andy. Children. then spider. Okay, there's all our things. So now I need to real quick hop into Maya and figure out which thing's which and mask them out to just those. So I know that's cauldron. So that's going to be that. And these are going to all be black mask, black mask, black mask. And now this one is, that's the bat. Okay. So for bat in the mask there, we're going to do that. And then that's candy is the one next to the moon. So I'm being particular because in Unity, they're named what they are. So I want to make sure it is accurate. And Spire is this one. Cool. Bartik, thank you. Awesome. That's so weird to like, I mean, I should do, obviously like, notifications and stuff, but that's part of the continued work that I'm doing on the channel is trying to get all that stuff set up. No repeating. Keep going on the wrong thing. No repeating. That. No repeating. All right, next. Where are you, bat? Oh, right there. All right, I think we're good. Yep. Okay, there's the bat. Candy. This I need to make one that is just a see-through opacity, a black mask, and then we will pop it underneath here. There we go. Fallout, thank you. Jeez, everybody's so nice. I'll continue to be subless and keep the Patreon going instead. Yeah, absolutely. I think that is so what I tried to do was give a little bit of overlap where it's like, you know, Patreon gets everything, right? But if you are the tier 3 subscriber, then, or member, I guess, then you get access to the Patreon prototypes that I make. I need to set up a vault where those are going to be, but tier 3s will get access to that. I wanted to try to give something that would still be like, you know, a cool value for that. Oh man, the cauldron is not the right size for this. Oh well, is what it be. There we go. Cool, got a bunch of little thingies now, and now for this, we're gonna do more metaliness. I think I'm gonna do like an orange, and we're gonna give it the same metallic treatment. For roughness, we're gonna give it this sort of thing. And I don't know how the normal will work out for that. I'll try it, because it's all just the same spot. Yeah, see, a little weird. There we go, something that looks a little wavy. That's all I really want. Tier 1 and 2 are spelled wrong. Oh no! It'll be alright, I'll fix it. We'll get there. Hey, I never claimed to be some kind of spelling man. Alright, let's try this and see how that goes. So for this, I'm going to do what I did in Book of Blood for the little beads. There's a trigger that you go through, and it's going to play a like a little sound from going through them. Well, thank you, Paula. I really appreciate it. Alright, let's go ahead and export these textures. All I have left, I think, is the grave here. Yeah, the little tombstone. I should put it outside where that one event happens. I think that'd be kind of funny. It'd be cute. All right. There we go. Yeah, look at that. I like it. Okay. Now I can throw... Oh, wait. I need to do a roughness pass on those. Hey. My spelling has always been iffy. Don't get it twisted, alright? Well, okay, so your, like, those are no-brainer things. Come on. Roughness. We're going to this, and I'm going to do it on top of all of these. And scale, cool. And then levels and roughness. I'm going to be going here soon. In just a, oh my god. Okay, there we go. So it's shiny. We're going to do like this. And then like that. I think that's pretty good. That's a nice little shiny thing. Save, file, export. I'm going to export these, and then it's going to be time to go. There's lots of noise happening out there. These mags exposed him. What? No, I know. People mix up the yours so often. It's the same for the theirs, right? I don't question which way is the correct one. Ending where you put on clown mask like Bane from Batman. All right. There we go. So I can start placing things. I think we're doing pretty well here. So let's go ahead. Like let's put the cauldron up real quick, and that's gonna be a 180. Doot. And then there we go. Material, obviously that, and then off. Okay. See, now we got all sorts of things. All right, cool. So I'm gonna start placing all these around. These are gonna go in the Halloween props thingy, but I'm gonna do that later. So everybody, it's about time for you to head out. I've got to, I gotta peace out and do my other responsibilities for the day. Also, hi Fire PT. Sorry, I'm doing great. But I've been streaming for longer than I meant to. I meant to do like an hour-long stream and test stuff out, and I ended up going for like multiple hours because I just was working on things and like talking to you all. So there we go. But yeah, I know responsibilities, gross. I mean, where you go into the retort? I mean, maybe. Never used to mix up. All right. Okay. All right. I'm out. I've got to leave. I got to go do things and be responsible. Thank you for hanging out. I hope this was at least somewhat interesting to see all these things start coming together. I think this is going to be like, I really like this. I think it's going to be fun having all these things. All right. Everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for, I guess, I don't know what to call it now. I guess subs, but it's members because subscribe's already a thing on the channel. So I guess thank you for becoming members. And thank you if you are a patron, thank you so much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. All these things are really, really important and really help me do the things that I'm doing. It's the stuff that made the mocap suit and other aspects of development that I've done throughout Mortuary System possible. So thank you very, very much. Again, I don't have a specific streaming schedule yet. I'm just kind of doing these streams as I make some changes and want to test stuff out and get it all working well. Eventually I'll hit a stride. So again, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you all later. Hop on the Twitter or the Discord, and that's where you're going to be able to see when I go live and stuff like that. So thank you again. Bye everybody. Love you. Smooches.